More than 20 former students from the Antonio Provolo Institute in the western province of Mendoza have already found the courage to speak out. It was their testimonies that helped put two priests, Nicola Corradi and Horacio Corbacho, in prison in 2019, both for more than 40 years. Now they'll again have to bring up those painful memories, as 9 more accused are put on trial. The charges against them, including sexual abuse and corruption of minors.
Through much of their lives, they couldn't communicate because they didn't have sign language. The school prohibited it, so they couldn't describe what had happened to them. Then, no one believed them.
Not until a sign language teacher reported it in 2016. The accused this time include 2 nuns, 4 former directors of the institute, a psychologist and a cook, all who deny the charges against them. Lawyers for the victims say they have strong evidence and are confident they'll get convictions.
They
tell you what no mother or father wants to know, that your child has been abused for a long time.
The Argentine Pope Francis has called child abusers ravenous wolves who must prepare for divine justice. But victims and those battling on their behalf say their case is part of a wider problem in Argentina and around the world, that the church authorities won't face what they're accused of.
The first thing that has to happen is what the United Nations said in 2014. The Catholic Church must stop systematic cover-ups of the evidence, because as long as they're doing that, there will be more victims.
The Provolo Institute has since been closed, but many questions about what went on behind those gates still remain. What the 9 are accused of, what the 2 priests have already been convicted of, represents for many a crime even more heinous, because the children were deaf, because they were perceived to be more vulnerable. Therefore, the exploitation of trust by those responsible for looking after them seems to be even greater. Much of the trial will be conducted virtually as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to devastate Argentina. And with nearly 200 witnesses scheduled to testify, many of them requiring sign language interpreters, it could take up to a year exposing deep wounds that some must face and others would rather avoid. Daniel Schweimer, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.